Stocks opened lower at beginning of a holiday-shortened week. New York, AP, stocks are opening slightly lower on Wall Street in quiet trading at the beginning of another holiday-shortened week. Technology and communications companies were leading the way lower in early trading Monday. Applied Materials fell 1.1% and Facebook lost 1%. The benchmark S&P 500 index is coming off 5 straight weeks of gains and a series of record highs. The S&P 500 fell 9 points, or 0.3%, to 3,229. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 81 points, or 0.3%, to 28,557. The Nasdaq Composite fell 37 points, or 0.4%, to 8,967. Bond prices fell. The yield on the 10-year Treasury note rose to 1.92%. This is a breaking news update. AP's earlier story follows below. Global shares were mixed Monday as Chinese benchmarks surged on expectations of lower financing costs following a policy decision by the country's central bank. Investors were awaiting updates on the signing of a trade deal between the US and China and keeping a wary eye on North Korea. Germany's DAX lost 0.5% in midday trading to 13,267, while the CAC 40 in Paris shed 0.2% to 6,023. In Britain, the FTSE 100 slid 0.3% to 7,617. Wall Street futures were steady, with the contract for the S&P 500 up 0.1% to 3,240. The contract for the Dow Jones Industrial Average edged 0.1% higher to 28,629. The Shanghai Composite Index jumped 1.2% to 3,040.02, lifted by expectations that a change in rules on lending will reduce funding costs. On Saturday, the People's Bank of China announced that as of January, financial institutions should begin using a new loan pricing system that will scrap the previous benchmark, which is at 4.35%, and use the loan prime rate, which is set at 4.15%. The loan prime rate was revamped in August. It reflects the reported loan rates from 18 major banks to their best clients. The change is meant to make lending more market-driven. Elsewhere in Asia, Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index rose 0.3% to 28,319.39, but most other benchmarks fell. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 index lost 0.8%, ending the year at 23,656.62. Japan's markets will be closed until January 7. In Australia, the S&P ASX 200 declined 0.3% to 6,804.90. South Korea's Kospi edged 0.2% lower to 2,197.67. India's Sensex slipped 0.2% to 41,510.87. Shares fell in Taiwan and most of Southeast Asia. Adding to concerns over a possible rocket launch, at a meeting of the ruling Workers' Party, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called for his military and diplomats to prepare unspecified offensive measures to protect the country's security and sovereignty, the North state media said Monday. Kim has set an end-of-year deadline for the U.S. to make major concessions to salvage a fragile nuclear diplomacy that hit a major setback at a summit meeting with President Donald Trump in Vietnam's capital Hanoi. The plenary meeting of the party's Central Committee. For more on this story, visit the news article link.